Hey guys, what's up? I am back with a brand new video and it's time to do a speed test comparison between the Tecno Camon 18 Premier versus the Samsung Galaxy A52 4G. And the A52 is powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon 720G processor with 8GB of RAM, while the Tecno Camon 18 Premier is powered by MediaTek Helio G96 processor with 8GB of RAM, and the Tecno is costing around 55,000 PKR in Pakistan market, while the Samsung is costing around 64,000 PKR in Pakistan market, and the back is made up of plastic on the Samsung A52 4G. On the Tecno we have a glass on the back. On the side we have a plastic frame on both phones. On the bottom we also have a headphone jack on both phones. Also we have dual speakers on the A52 4G, while on the Tecno we have a single speaker. That's really big difference. On the back we have a quad cameras on the Samsung, while on the Tecno we have a triple cameras. We have 64 megapixel main camera which also has a optical image stabilization, while on the Tecno we have a normal 64 megapixel main camera, although we have 12 megapixel ultra wide on the Samsung with no OIS, while on the Tecno we have a 12 megapixel ultra wide as well, in which we also have a gimbal OIS, and that's the main highlight of the Tecno. We should see the gimbal OIS in the main camera. Also on the Tecno we also have another 8 megapixel telephoto lens which give you a 5x optical zoom, while on the Samsung we have 5 megapixel macro and a 5 megapixel depth sensor. So in this video I'm gonna show you harm between the Tecno Camon 18 Premier versus the Samsung Galaxy A52. Also the A52 also has a IP67 water and dust resistance, and that's a really big difference. Now let's quickly boot both of these phones up at the same time. Here we go. And the power button on the Tecno, it is not really clicky. And also we have Android 11 on both phones. We have Samsung One UI version 3.1, while on the Tecno we have iOS version 8. And the Tecno is more faster when it comes to booting up, beat the A52 when it comes to booting up, and Samsung is taking a lot of time when it comes to booting up. And the Samsung now it is also done as well, and you can see huge difference, almost 8 or 9 second difference there, maybe more, between these two devices when it comes to booting up. Now let's talk about the displays. Between these two devices, on the Tecno we have a 6.67 inch Full HD AMOLED display with 120Hz refresh rate, while on the Samsung we have 6.5 inch Full HD Super AMOLED display with 90Hz refresh rate. Both phones also has a punch hole on the center which looks very similar. Also on the bottom chain it is more smaller on the Samsung, so I like the display quality of the Samsung, although I like the 120Hz on the Tecno. Everything's closed up in the background, no application is running in the background. Now let's start off with the phone dialer. That is exactly the same on both phones. Next on the list is the settings. Again exactly the same. Now let's go to the display, and you can see we have 120Hz refresh rate on the Tecno. We also have auto option, while on the Samsung we only have 60Hz and 120Hz option. No auto option on the Samsung. Also the 120Hz on the Tecno, it is also not really optimized as of now. Also on the display it is not really bright on the Tecno as compared to the Samsung. Now let's check out some more application. Now let's open Amazon shopping, and that is little more faster on the Samsung as compared to the Tecno. Now let's see the scrolling. That is feels little more smoother on the Tecno if I'm not wrong. Now let's check out some more application. Now let's open Candy Crush Saga. Again we have a Snapdragon 720G versus the MediaTek Helio G96. Little more faster on the Samsung. Also we have dual speakers on the Samsung. So here's the dual speakers looks like, max volume, very good speakers in this price range. Here's the Tecno looks like. Yes, the speakers, it is more louder on the Tecno, but I would say that as far as the speaker quality are concerned, it is much better on the Samsung. Now let's open Instagram. That is very similar. Now let's open Pinout. That is very similar on both phones, not a huge difference. Now let's open Snapchat. That is very similar. Now let's open Spotify. Spotify is little more faster on the Tecno if I'm not wrong. Now let's open Subway Surfer, and the Subway Surfer should be more faster on the Samsung. Let's see which one is faster, and the Tecno little more faster there as compared to the Samsung. Now let's open Temper 2. And Temper 2 is crashing a lot on the Samsung behind this video. But let's see, this time we have any crash, and this time we didn't see any crash on the Samsung, and a little more faster on the Tecno as compared to the Samsung. Now let's open PUBG Mobile on both phones, and the PUBG Mobile is open up exactly the same on both phones. Again, we have a MediaTek Helio G96 processor, while on the Samsung we have Snapdragon 720G. Let's see which one is more faster, and the Tecno a little more faster there as compared to the Samsung. And you can see about 1 or 2 second difference there. Again, we have smooth graphics with ultra frame rate on both phones. Now let's open Twitter, that is a little more faster on the Tecno. Now let's open Zedge, and the Zedge is more faster on the Tecno as compared to the Samsung. So now let's see the scrolling, and that is really smooth on both phones. Not a huge difference between 120Hz and 90Hz. Last one, launching the cameras on both phones. Default camera application. Now let's see that which one will be more faster. And the Samsung is more faster as compared to the Tecno. Again, we have 5x optical zoom on the Tecno. Also, we have a gimbal OIS on the Tecno in the ultrawide lens. In terms of the camera department, I kind of like the performance of the Samsung. Now let's see front camera. On the front, we have 32 megapixel main camera. So here's the quality looks like with the front camera, and you can see here's the front camera looks like on both phones. Again, and the Samsung is performing more better. Now let's see internet browser speed. I am seeing the first Samsung internet browser on the Samsung, while on the Tecno we have Google Chrome. And now let's open Wikipedia, and that is very similar on both phones. Now let's see the scrolling, and that is I would say more smoother on the Samsung, because I did not see any 120Hz refresh rate madness on the Tecno. I don't know why. And that is very similar again. Let's see the scrolling, more smoother on the Samsung. Next on the list is the Apple.com. Apple.com is a little more faster on the Tecno, not a huge difference. Let's see the scrolling, and again I feel that it is a little more smoother on the Samsung. It seems like a 70Hz or a 60Hz. Both phones has 8GB of RAM. Now let's see that who is performed good in the RAM management. Now let's start off with the phone dialer. No refresh. Let's see settings. No refresh. Amazon shopping, and it is a internet refresh. Now let's open Candy Crush Saga. That got refresh on the Tecno. Let's see Instagram. No refresh. Pin out. That got refresh on the Tecno. Let's see Snapchat. That is not refresh. Let's see Spotify. No refresh. Subway Surfer. No refresh. That's a very good thing. Let's see Temper 2. Let's see PUBG Mobile. Not refresh. Now let's open Twitter. Zedge. Now let's open camera. No refresh. Last we're back to the internet browser. Also not refresh on both phones. And guys, over I have to say regarding the app's opening speed, as you can see that the Tecno Camon 18 Premier is performed more faster as compared to the Samsung A52. In the game app loading time, I would say that in system based application and both phones is performed very similar in terms of the RAM wise, and the Samsung is performing incredible in the RAM management. After almost 1 year, the performance on this phone is still really good. We have 4500 mAh battery size with a 25 watt fast charging support. In the box we have 15 watt fast charger, while on the Tecno we have 4750 mAh battery size with a 33 watt fast charging. That's about it, and thank you so much for watching this speed test comparison between the Tecno Camon 18 Premier versus the Galaxy A52. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel for daily tech videos, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter as well, and I will see you in my next video. Peace out.